So my name is Roxanne Young, and I was born in Salinas, California. I am a professional dancer, and also I am a massage therapist, licensed. I started dancing, technically started dancing when I was 8, but I got introduced into dancing when I was about 4. I was adopted, so my adopted mom introduced me to it when she started her own dance ministry at a church. And then when she saw that I was really interested in dancing, that's when she put me in my first ballet class when I was 8. So I always had an interest in dance. It never truly left me. Technically, my birth mom gave me a little memory that when I was born, I was dancing out of her womb. I was like, oh wow, I like that. So I kind of kept that with me. I mean, I will definitely have to say my adopted mom. She's the one who really pushed me into those classes. And then what I've learned from class, I was able to teach the older women. You know, the reason why I do this art form is that I love it so much. You know, having the ability to do it is one thing. And then secondly, able to also share it with others. I think that's very important. I don't want to be selfish with my art. I also want to inspire other people, those who also want to be dancers, but they don't know for sure if they're able to, or, financially or with disability. If I'm able to reach that person in any way that I can through my art, then I felt like I've done my job. Then it feels more meaningful. There's different forms of dance, yes, but I think the biggest conception is that it's such a entertaining, and so you're gonna do tricks and do all these fabulous things to make me happy. Dance is not always about that. There's also the other side of it of storytelling, just like with any other art form, with music. It has a story, or visual art, it has a story. Dance is also another form of storytelling. And so I think a lot of people forget that when they see So You Think You Dance, they're like, oh yeah, that's amazing, you're great. But, okay, I'm not just here just to entertain you. I'm actually here to go poke at your soul and really reach deep inside, see if I can relate to you, relate to your life as you relate to me. So the best moment I ever had with dancing was the opportunity to have a little duet. Actually, okay, let me backtrack. There's another artist I do admire, Bobby McFerrin. So there was a time that he came to Salt Lake City when I was in college at University of Utah, and he performed out there. And he's very close to one of my professors. So when she told us that he was coming to Salt Lake, I told her, oh my gosh, would that be amazing if there's a way for us to collaborate with him and perform with him? So she said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So she called him up, personally called him up. Hey, I have this idea from one of the students, if we can do a collaboration. And he's like, yeah. And so they did a little audition. They had the modern dance department and the ballet department come together, go out to the school of music, have this little audition process with him while he was doing his vocals, and we were just dancing to his vocals. Amazing time. And then after that, she chose 12 out of, it was 100 dancers at the time that did that process. So I was one of the 12. And I had a nice duet moment with him, which I was not expecting to have that moment with him on the stage with 5,000 people watching. Oh man, that was a highlight. That was truly a beautiful highlight of my life. Dancing with him, vocalizing for a good 3 minits of my life. That was amazing. The most horrible thing that happened to me in dance, actually it happened twice, but I just get the one, because the one is really oh my gosh, this is in high school. I was in Miami. I was a finalist for this organization, Young Arts. During my performance, I was wearing a bike tard. It's like a spaghetti strap bike tard, and I had nothing else underneath, just that. And so I was dancing, right, getting all into it. And then all of a sudden, my top of my bike tard started to fall down. Showed my nipples. And I did not notice it because I was so into the dance, right? And so when I came to like, I would say like maybe the left side of the stage, I did this little movement right here. This one woman told me, pull this up. And I looked down and I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh shit. So I like pulled it up, but I kept dancing, I kept going. But I was so embarrassed. I was in high school. This happened when I was high school. I was 18. Yeah, I was 18. This happened in front of people. People saw this happening, real time. So after the performance, I did this one thing and I came out and I just yelled so loud, like, ah! I finished, I bowed, and then I ran off the stage. My peers at the time, they were just all shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, girl, I can't believe you kept dancing. I would just stop from there, just left. I said, I don't know. I'm just dazed. But the funny thing was that all these theater kids, came up to me. They're like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. And this one boy who was like, I don't know, he's about like 6 foot, because I'm 5'2". He's like 6 foot. He looked down at me. He's all like, I love you. I said, oh my gosh, yeah, because you had a free show of my nipples. Okay, great. But that was probably the worst. But, you know, it made me learn that if that ever happens again in life, which it did, you have to keep going. How do you keep going as an artist? So that happened. Ooh, that's a good question. Philosophy. If I can boil it down to a philosophy. I would say dance is like a stream of consciousness and subconsciousness. And when you have an inspiration, let that flow, which would then flow into your body, and then you present it to the people. That's how I probably would make it as a philosophy. My name is Roxanne Young, and thank you so much for watching Dreambird.